Greetings, everyone. I hope that everyone can hear me. I hope that I'm audible for everyone. So, thank you for joining in the live. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Asta. I'm a final year dental student, and I run this page called Brush Your Teethies, where I share my dental journey. I try to motivate other dental students, and yeah, I also have fun in social media. So happy Doctors Day for everyone, for who all those doctors who are out here joining us in the live. And thank you for all your hard work, humility, kindness, for all these years trying to help out patients when in need. So we're going to talk with Dr. Ketki in a while. So we're going to talk about how to conquer dental school and a lot of other fun topics. So before I have Dr. Ketki join us, I was hoping to share my experience in reading this book called How to Conquer Dental School. Um, Here's the book for everyone to see and read. So it's a practical guide which is beautifully written by Dr. Ketki, and yeah, so it's a very handy book, and it's not much like a textbook, so you feel like you're really having a conversation with somebody, and there's like a person you're talking to, and you're talking about your struggle in dental school, and there is Dr. Ketki just helping you out, talking to you about things that are important in dental school and how you can just conquer dental school. So there are around 8 chapters in this book, and each chapter ends with an assignment. So there's a lot of things that are after end of the every chapter, and where you will have small tasks that you can do. So it basically starts with your purpose in dentistry. So what is your personal statement or your mission to join dentistry, and trying to channelize your path to what do you want to see after being a dentist. And it's very refreshing after every chapter, because it makes you think about a lot of things, trying to understand yourself and your purpose in dentistry. And there are great tips about exams, how you can ace your vivas. Yeah, so one of my favorite thing about this book is where Dr. Ketki mentions about mental health, how much it matters. So I know that personally me, for the past 2 months of staying at home, it is really tough, because as a final year student you don't really expect yourself to be sitting at home, but working in the college or doing some lab work. So it was really tough, and I guess a lot of you as dental students feel the same way, where you think that you are missing out on a lot of clinical practice, and that's actually true. I mean, it's hard to keep yourself motivated all during these times. And so I'm really happy that Dr. Ketki really stressed about mental health in this book. And there's some of the things that I would like to read out to you in the book, but not everything. I mean, that's the whole point. You have to buy this book. So to talk about the mental health, there's this one quote that ma'am mentioned in the book, which is really very touching and really helped me understand the whole purpose. I mean, it did mean a lot. There was something into it. So let me just read it. So it says, the same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's about what you are made of and not the circumstances. So this quote, actually I've never read it before, so it really meant a lot to me, because there's a lot of things inside if you really think, because there are times where you just sit at home, you're so stressed out, and you feel like you're failing at things. You feel like you are not able to do the things that you really planned out to do, and it's normal to feel that you are failing. You are feeling like you're not doing the right thing, you're not able to study, or maybe you are so stressed out that you feel like maybe you wouldn't clear your exams, or you haven't studied enough for the day, you haven't been productive. So I think this quote really helped me. So let me read it again for those of you who just joined. So it says, the same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's about what you are made of and not the circumstances. So whenever you are in a dilemma, all you have to do is take the right step. So once you do, you are assured that you will reach your destination. I mean, there are times when certain students fail and they feel like you want to avoid your contact with your teachers, your friends, because you feel like your self esteem is shaken. So, this book is really helping you out there how to ace your school, how to ace your studies, and also boost your self esteem. And another thing about the chapter was that it mentioned about avoiding two C's, that is competition and comparison. And I think being in a dental school, it is really competitive. You do feel like there's competition everywhere. You do feel comparing yourself with your classmates or with your seniors. There is somebody out there that you feel is doing better than you. But that's the whole point, because you haven't joined dental school because you wanted to compare yourself with somebody else and spend your 5 years feeling that you are not good enough. So it's more like you should stop comparing, stop feeling that you have to be in a competition with somebody else, but it's more about trying to face your challenges and trying to compete with yourself every day. Try to be your best version than you were yesterday. So yeah, that's about mental health, and we can have more talk with Dr. Ketki once she joins us. Another small message that I wanted to read out was for those of you dental students who just recently joined into dentistry. I know tough times, maybe you just joined the college and you're already been hit with a pandemic and you're at home. So you do feel like you have already lost the whole battle right before it started. And yeah, there are times when you come across friends, your relatives, your neighbors who will be like, oh, you're not a doctor. I mean, I don't think you're a doctor or something like that. And so Dr. Ketki mentions it in the book, where I want to read out to everybody, because dentistry is not less of any other healthcare professional. And so it says that according to Dr. Ketki, dental and medical professionals shouldn't be compared in the first place. They cannot replace each other. No other health professional can do the job of a dentist and vice versa. A dentist has a unique place in the healthcare ecosystem. So you should never feel that your degree is inferior to the MBBS degree. I know it might take some time to accept this, as we are not considered as real doctors by some people in our society. So we cannot change what others say, but we as dentists should start to value ourselves as being equal to every other healthcare professional. If we don't respect ourselves, we cannot expect the same from our patients and other healthcare professionals. So to read more on that, buy the book. So another thing is that, we shouldn't be compared to any other healthcare professional. And I think that each healthcare professional has its own purpose. Everything is different. I don't see anybody trying to have an RCT being done by a doctor who's in a hospital trying to treat stomach pain. So you do prefer going to a dentist, right? So there you go. And so another thing is that I think I covered a lot of things that I had to tell about the book. So let's have Dr. Ketki join us. Just give me a second. Yeah.
So, hi.
Hi. How are you, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Doctor's Day.
Happy Doctor's Day to you.
I'm
I
really
feel really
happy.
great. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm really happy that you joined us. Would you like to say
thanks
a
for
few
inviting.
words? Would you like to say a few words for our viewers before we get started with the whole question stuff?
I would say thank you for joining us today. And I'm not really very good at public speaking. You might have never seen my face in my videos because I'm very reserved. So bear with me, and if you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer it. And I think we should start now.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know Dr. Ketki, she's a grateful mother, an oral maxillofacial surgeon. She's an entrepreneur, passionate YouTuber, a blogger, and a certified fitness trainer. So, her whole purpose on being on the online and digital education purpose is basically to give a positive change to dental education, and yeah, to basically give you a beautiful dental education platform which will help you with your studies and a lot of other things. So I would want to ask Dr. Ketki that when did you come up with the idea of writing this book, and for the dental students especially, and what made you do it?
Yeah, actually, so I have started my YouTube channel since June of last year. So I used to get comments from the viewers regarding how to study, how to prepare for exams, and they wanted me to make a video about it. But if you see my channel, you will only see the subject matter videos there. So I was not very comfortable about it, and I thought if I make a book out of it, it will reach more people, and it will be like a, you can take it anywhere. It will be like your companion. So that's why I compiled whatever I have learned in the past 10 years, and so I really enjoyed writing this.
So, ma'am, can you just tell a little bit about your YouTube channel so that the viewers know what you really do on YouTube?
So I make videos about, they are short videos about 10 minutes long, mostly on oral surgery, but I'm adding other subjects like conservative dentistry and endodontics. Then there are some on oral pathology, but currently I'm focusing on completing the subject of oral surgery. And I try to make them animated videos so that they are uh, easy to watch and easy to understand. I try to simplify every point that you may never get to read in textbooks. And for these videos, it usually takes me about 3 to 4 days to make just one video. So that's why my speed is a little, you know, it's slow.
Yeah.
But so I really, I want the viewers to watch these videos and leave a comment there. I really love reading your comments.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I have been watching Tutism videos on YouTube, and it's really helpful. I mean, yeah, oral surgery subject is sometimes it's like a volatile subject, so it's really difficult to
Yeah.
understand a few things, and you really can't really picturize unless you are like in the surgery room or something where you can actually see things. So I think it's beautifully presented on YouTube, and I think guys, you should really check it out. It's beautifully done, and it does show that ma'am has put a
Thank you.
lot of work into it. So, ma'am, what were some of the struggles you faced while you were writing this book? Could you tell us?
So there was no struggle as such. Actually, I really liked writing this, and at first I thought it will take me about 10 to 15 days, but actually I realized that the process of writing is not just about writing; it's about editing and then reviewing, creating the design and everything. So there were not many struggles. The only thing was finding the time to do it, as I also have a 2.5-year-old daughter. So that is my first priority right now. So there were not many struggles, I think.
And I mean, ma'am, yeah, I mean, like, I see that you are a surgeon, a dental surgeon, and you do a lot of work, a whole time day job, and then you have a daughter. Also, you are, having your content pages on websites, on YouTube. And I also just saw that you are even a fitness trainer. I mean, I think it's really amazing what you do, and it's more like you are a complete 24/7 package of hustling into things that is really inspiring you and also inspiring a lot of us to be like you. And so I wanted to ask is what do you enjoy most about being a content creator?
So all of the things that you have mentioned, I would like to tell people that if you see somebody doing a lot of things, they're not actually doing it every day. So it's kind of spaced out. So it's not something that you cannot do. Everyone can do it. If you set aside the time and if you focus on that thing for that period. Like I did that fitness trainer certification last year, and I want to do something about it, but right now there's just not enough time to do it.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
as you
yes, ma'am.
as you asked me about the what I enjoy about the content creation, I like that I'm able to compile my passions. Like I like painting. And so when I draw the diagrams that is being used there, so I like that part. And mostly I like the comments that I get on my YouTube channel. So when I see that somebody understood a topic that they did not before, so that gives me a sense of satisfaction, and that's what kept me going till now.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot. So I wanted to ask you that how do you manage your time when you have got so many things to do?
So like I said, I did not do it all in one day, right? So I try to do focused work early in the morning and before my daughter wakes up, or and when she sleeps, then I do my all of my stuff. And as you know about time management, you can write the to-do lists for the day and everything. So we know about this stuff. We actually don't implement it. So I think that you should have a habit of using a Google Calendar or things like that, and you should write your agenda the night before and then follow through that. And obviously you have to prioritize what is most important and get it done early in the morning, and then you're free to enjoy the day. And while hustling, I would say that you should never exert yourself too much. You should be chill about it and take rest and everything.
Ma'am, can you tell us about your dental journey as a dental student and you becoming an oral maxillofacial surgeon? Like, it's like a story time that I really want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, my journey is not that different from anyone else. I got into the dentistry. Actually, I also wanted to join MBBS, and like that's the thing for many of us, right? So I did not get it, and then I got into Sihagar Dental College. So I joined it, and at first, as I have said in the book, I was really very sad about it. I did not really want to be there, and I think I should have realized that time that dentistry is so much, I mean, I would not say better, but it's not inferior to medicine. And then in the final year, I thought of studying for my MDS. So I decided to do MDS, and then from the first day of internship itself, I bought all of the books. I joined the coaching, and at the coaching, they told us that you should buy all of the books that you need for the entrance exam. So when you see those books, so that will inspire you, and that will push you that you have to read so many books. So on the first day itself, I started studying from those books. So mainly, the first one was Dental Pulse, obviously, and in some postings you get a lot of time, and mostly we spend it by chit chatting with others. And as I'm not very talkative person, so I think that benefited me. And also I'm a very boring person. I never went out with partying with friends, so that gave me a lot of time to do all of the studying at my hostel room, and that paid off, and I got into oral surgery the next year itself, and then I finished it. That's it.
So, ma'am, like, how was your time when you were in hostel? Like, what were the things that you faced? And what would you like to say for those who are in hostel and.
Yeah, I would say that you should be in contact with your parents at all times. At least once a day, you should call them, and you should be great with your roommates also. You should help them, and there should be rules and boundaries that you should have, that this is study time, so no one will make noise now, and if somebody wants to talk on the phone, they should go outside. So that those are the rules that we had, and I think that really helped us. Like, I used to sleep early, so if somebody wanted to study or do something else, they used to go out. So they were really kind about that. So I'm blessed to have such friends.
So, ma'am, like, what would you like to say to someone who is interested to write a book?
Yeah. So I would say that you should first have a book cover. So that's what I did. When I made the book cover, it was not the final cover. It is very different. I had my own face on the book, which is a big mistake you should never do. unless you are very famous, because it will people will think, I don't know this person, why should I buy her book? So at first I created a book cover with my face on it, and I felt really nice that I wanted to have this book in my hands as soon as possible. So I worked, and the second thing that you should do is you should create the index page of your book. So that will give you some guidelines as to what you should research, what you should write about, and that's how you will be able to finish the book very fast. Third is you should have deadline, of course. Otherwise the book can go on for years and years unfinished. So I had the deadline of only about 7 days actually, but it did not happen. But it pushed me to work hard towards it.
Mom, can you tell the viewers on where can they be able to buy this book, and how, and whether it's even available as an ebook?
Yeah, it is available as an ebook on Amazon. And today on Doctor's Day, there's an offer of Doctor's Day on notionpress.com, which is my publisher's website. So that gives me the liberty to give out coupon codes and discount. So today's coupon code is Doctor's Day, and if you will only get it on notionpress.com. So for paperback, you should go to Notion Press, and for ebook, you should go to Amazon. So that's it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, so I'm so motivated and loving the whole conversation about the book and how it's going
Thank
so
you.
far. So I
Yeah.
think we'll have some fun sessions. So I've prepared a few questions just out of the blue. So I just wanted to know that have you ever bunked dental college classes before?
Yeah, actually, multiple times. I have said in my book that you should attend them because I faced the consequences of not attending them. So I was not that motivated in the VDS year. So I did
Yeah.
not, I attended, but only when it was made compulsory and we had to pass the eligibility criteria for exam.
Yeah.
But I suggest that you attend your college.
I wish, ma'am. I feel more like now we have to attend everything online. So it's more like I don't
Yeah,
see there's any
this,
chances of being able to bunk and have the fun outside. So I
yeah,
think that's the life of everyone right now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I wanted to know, like, during BDS, how did you keep yourself motivated? Because internals keep happening, and sometimes you really miss all the fun when your college friends are like going out to parties, or there's like a wedding. Because personally, over the past 4 years, I have literally not been able to attend any of my uncle or relatives weddings because
Hmm.
at that time I have exams, which is really
Yeah.
weird. But yeah, so how to keep yourself motivated during those times?
So this happens with every medical student that they cannot attend all these things, and now they're not happening also. So you need to have fun in your home only. uh, and at
Okay.
so you.
Yeah, mom,
So
tell me.
about motivation, as I said, I was not that motivated in BDS. I was chill about it, and I obviously passed all of my exams in first attempt, but I was not truly, involved. It was only only during internship that I really focused on becoming, getting the MDS degree, and that's when it all started.
Ma'am, like, did you always wanted to do OMFS as your masters in?
Yeah, I wanted to do it, but I did not think that I'll get it. Because I read that it was very competitive branch, but fortunately I got it. I would like
Yeah,
to say that I am a very ardent. Have you read the book Secret? The Secret.
yeah,
So I
I've
am
read
a
it.
very big follower of that,
Yeah,
and I experienced that whenever I apply those principles, all of the things fall in place, and I get whatever I want. So the that's been a great journey, and I suggest that you follow the book and follow the principles, and you will definitely realize that it's true.
yeah. So for a next weird question, so what's the strangest thing in your refrigerator?
Strangest. Uh, I know the normal things, but I don't. Yeah, there is a nail paint in my refrigerator.
Okay, I mean that's the strangest answer that I've come across also because I never. Yeah. So another
Yeah.
question is, what is the book that you're reading right now?
So I am reading the Entrepreneur Mindset, something like that. And so I'm reading about mostly about startups and entrepreneurship because I don't know much about it. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm reading right now.
All right. What weird or a useful talent do you have? Useless talent, sorry. Weird and useless
Use
talent do you have?
uh, I don't know. It may be to make my no. It's not useless. It's very hard question to make. I don't know.
It's okay. I mean, you can think about it, or maybe
Maybe
you don't really.
dancing. Maybe dancing. It could be dancing also. It is useless.
Okay. What would be your perfect weekend?
It would be near a beach. I like beaches, so I would like to go to a resort where there is a beach and everything and just relax, but it's not possible now.
Yeah, I know. It's really hard right now. And I
Yeah,
mean, I think now slowly, the restrictions are kind of being lowered in a few
yeah.
states. So, so okay, coming to the last fun question, that is, who had the biggest impact on the person you have become today?
Biggest impact. I think I would say my husband had the biggest impact because he is very talkative. So I can talk at least this much now. So by being, I was a very shy person earlier. I used to not talk at all, and so because of him and his support, and he used to, I mean, he takes care of my daughter also. So while I was writing the book, he took care of that. So I'm very grateful to him, and I think he had the biggest impact on me till now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have prepared only these many questions. If anybody
Okay.
from the viewers have any questions to our author, Dr. Ketki, you can just put it down below on the comments or in the question box, and maybe we could discuss on it. If anyone has any questions, just feel free to drop them.
So I really like that you have put those what stickers or post-its in the book.
Yeah, I know. Like there are a
Yeah,
few things on the book. Like I really enjoy reading it again, and I mean sometimes it's really difficult to remember the whole because that book is like a whole package of so many things in it, and I feel like I do have to keep the post-it so that sometimes when I really need to feel a little bit motivated, I mean I do want to go get back to the book and read on
yeah.
it. Yeah,
And as you have seen, it's a workbook, so it's not
yeah,
like you read it and finish it. You have to really work on yourself and
yeah.
complete those assignments.
Yeah, and actually, like as you mentioned in the book, there are like few things where you also said that it's really important that you get a whiteboard, which I frankly
Yeah.
did like a few months ago. And initially, I started using it, and then I stopped using it. Like it was just there, wiped clean, and I didn't know what to do. And then when I read the book, I'm like, oh yeah, I have the whiteboard, and I should like start
That's
making
nice.
use of it. Yeah, I think we are not having any questions. Okay, there's one by Tooth Prep saying that in case I write a book that I've been planning in for a long time, can I contact you after finishing it?
Yeah, of course, you can contact me. You can drop in a DM on my Instagram handle, and I'll definitely reply you back.
Another question saying, which was your toughest year in BDS and why?
Yeah, obviously the final year because there were 8 subjects, and I remember my final year exams. There were 8 days of exam. I mean theory exam continuously 8 days, and then there was one holiday. which was a Sunday, and then 8 days of practicals continuously. So that was a very horrible year for me. That was the toughest year because obviously 8 subjects are there.
Yeah.
And I remember in the last exam, which was the theory exam of pedodontics, so I forgot to answer two to three of the theory questions because I was so sleep deprived. And in the last 5 minutes, I think 10 minutes, I realized my mistake and I somehow wrote something. So
My
that,
God. Yeah, I know. I mean,
yeah.
I'm yet to write my exams, but I'm already starting to get the chills of it.
So you should always check what you have missed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another question saying how to know which branch to take for MDS.
Uh, I think you should think about what you like the most, and obviously, it depends on your counseling rounds also. So, if you're passionate about some particular subject, then you should work twice as hard to get it, because obviously there may be some competition about for the subject, and you should think about it like getting married to the subject, because that subject's name is going to be stuck to your name for life, and there's no I mean, you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't think of it that way, but now when you say it, that's like you
Yeah.
have to decide it very properly.
Yeah, I'm an oral and maxillofacial surgeon for life.
Another question is tips for MDS NEET exam.
uh,
Any tips for MDS
tips
going exam
tips
students?
for NEET. Yeah, I think you should start from the internship year itself. From the day one of internship, dedicate 2 to 3 hours every day, and also solve the MCQs when you are in the postings, whenever you have time. And the second thing is you should join coaching, because that will keep you on track. You will not lose motivation in the middle of the internship year.
Yeah.
And they also have many practice questions, right? So that will give you some uh, what do you say, revision. And you should join the coaching which has a mobile application, because then you can solve the MCQs whenever you have time. So
Yeah.
at my during my time we did not have this, but now there are many applications for NEET MDS exams. So I think you should dedicate some time and effort to this.
Yeah. A few more questions regarding OMFS, like how can you specialize further after OMFS, and what is the
Oh
scope of
yeah.
OMFS right now in India?
Yeah, if you are interested, you can do fellowship in trauma or fellowship in orthognathic surgery. So after oral surgery, there is an exam for the fellowship, and if you pass that exam, then you get accepted into the respective fellowships. And then about for 1 or 2 years, you have to go there and join as a resident, and they will teach you all kinds of surgeries depending on the specialization you want to go for. And then you can open your own oral surgery center, or you can join a trauma center also. So basically you have to join the hospital only, because we don't have the OT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question like that was about the scope of OMFS in India.
I think it's a very good scope. Now, not many people are not many people are aware of this specialization, but in future, as there is more awareness in the public regarding who they should go to for these pathologies, I think there is a very good scope for oral surgery in India.
Yeah. So I think we've covered maximum questions that was put up in the chat box.
What would
Okay.
be future of dentistry? The future of dentistry in India, I think it depends on I mean, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I have said in the book, you should always go out in the real world with lots of positivity, and don't expect, don't expect that there will be struggle, because if you expect that, that's what you're going to experience.
Yeah.
So I think you should have a broad mindset, and you should explore many areas. If you see now, dentists are doing many different, they are in many different fields, not just a dental clinic. So that's what you
Yeah.
should explore. As you must have read in my book, that I don't really believe in competition, because I don't think that it's a race, because
Yeah.
you see, we are not on one single path, which is a race. We are on different paths, so how can that be a race, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And while doing that, I think we should help each other, because everybody has different goals. We don't all want the same things.
Yeah.
So I think you should not think about competition. You should think about helping your colleagues, and helping them achieve their goal will help you achieve your goal as well.
Yeah. Ma'am, just to ask you another question, that is, any what would you like to give, like an advice or any tip for a final year student who is going for the exam?
Uh, I think you should study as hard as possible right now, because that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And you should follow a timetable, and you should have multiple breaks in your study timetable. Like if you study for 1.5 hours, then you should have a break of half an hour. And you should not aim for 10 to 12 hours of studying. It doesn't matter how many hours you study. You should focus on the quality of studying that you're getting done. Are you able to maintain focus for 10 hours? I don't think anyone can maintain focus that long. So you should spread out your study session throughout
Yeah.
the day. You should also study at different places, try out different environments, and try out different methods. But maybe if you are exam going, this is not the time to try out many things. You should
Yeah.
follow whatever has worked for you in the past, and leave out the bad habits, and that's it. I think you will do great.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think all of us have got a huge insight into the book and the importance of how can we conquer dental school. So I would again like to say that this book is amazing. You have to buy it. And for me personally, spending 2 months at home, it has really helped me, not just motivated, but it's more like being driven into the purpose of choosing dentistry and what more can you look into the future of dentistry. So for those of you, again, let me say that you can buy the book on special of Doctor's Day. You can have it with a coupon code called Doctor's Day with 20% discount on
Yeah.
notionpress.com. And it's also available on Amazon. So do buy it and have a read. And I hope that it's useful just like it was useful for me. So thank you so much, ma'am. And once again,
Yeah,
thank you for
welcome.
joining us in the live and writing
Thank
this
you.
beautiful book. I hope that it brings more success to the book and helps even more dental students to get through the dental school. Thank you,
Yeah, I
ma'am.
really hope that everyone reads it, and I'm very sure that it's going to benefit you.
Thank you.
So thank you for having me here. I really enjoyed this session. Actually, I'm not very talkative, and I'm really, I think I'm proud of myself for talking for this long.
Yeah,
But
actually, I think in a way, maybe I was talkative, but just trying to. But yeah, I really enjoyed the session and it was nice. I don't really think that you're not talkative. I mean, it's really
yeah,
insightful with everything that you say. Yeah.
yeah. Thank
Thank you,
you. I think
ma'am.
I should. Yeah. Okay. All the
Thank you so
best.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.